There are different people over the social media, different platforms, LinkedIn and other professional platforms, who are tossing different phrases like sustainability, decarbonization, climate change, green building. But the main thing, the important thing, that is the most critical thing, is the climate resilience. Like how much we are ready to adopt with the climate change, or to show some resilience to the climate change events. So that is the key thing, that the lead version 5 that will be rolling out in 2025, they have set a prerequisite for as you know that prerequisites are for all the projects. Whatever the projects is, whatever the level of certification they are targeting, they have to meet that prerequisite. So what is that prerequisite? That is the climate resilience assessment. Yes. So what does this mean? This means that you have to do an assessment for any kind of project, any building, that will show that how much ready you are, or what are your what are the risks that are already established, what are the hazards that are projected, or to be happen in the future for that particular project or a building. For example, let's say we are building a project near sea. Okay, so yeah, for example, it is the we are building at the elevation of let's say 50 meter above the sea. Okay, so as you people know that due to global warming, due to climate change, there is a risk of rising sea levels. Okay, so in the span of time, maybe after 20 years, maybe after 25 years, we know that if we don't limit our the global warming, sea level will rise. Okay, so in case of that, even in case of rising sea level, what would be the impact on our project, what would be the impact on that particular building, how that hazard, how that risk will impact our building, its functionality. So not just about the functionality. When we will do this assessment at the early stage, obviously it will impact the planning, it will impact the construction of that building. For another example would be, for example, we are building in an area that is prone to drought. So for example, we are targeting for a green space, we are planting greenery, we are planting shrubs, grasses, native plants. And there is a scarcity of water, maybe that not that much of scarcity of water, but water, the potable water or the non-potable water, it is it's in limited supply. One example would be where I'm right now. I'm based in Saudi Arabia, in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So we can, here the water is a precious resource. So in case we are building a project here in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and we have to do that assessment. Okay, what will happen in case of drought? How will we keep this greenery alive? Is it feasible to go for this kind of plant that requires much watering, or we should just stick with those species that require the less amount of watering? For example, here we have some plants that are native to the desert surrounding, that do not require much of watering. So yeah, in that case that plant will do much. So these are just some example to present you the case, that how these things impact the planning, the construction, and function, and eventually the functionality of a building. So in this prerequisite, this is the intent of the prerequisite, to assess the building, assess the project for climate resilience. I'm just stressing this word again and again, because this is important and this is crucial thing. This will set the baseline of everything. This will set the layout for everything. Then we will pursue the other things, then we will pursue the other credits, other requirements. But this is the main, this is the for most activity, for most prerequisite that we have to comply with. And it is just not just about the compliance, it is not just about just to tick the box. It is very crucial. It will show us, it will show where we are standing and what are the future risks, what are the future hazards that we have, that we can encounter with our project, with our buildings. So we don't have to assess for all the hazards, all the known, all the established hazards, all the hazards that can happen in future. But for example, if you are not targeting a particular hazard, we have to provide the narrative for that. For example, if you are not targeting assessing the project for sea level rising, okay, so we have to tell them, okay, our project is sitting at this much of elevation, and for example, if there is a rise in sea level after 30 year, after 40 year, it will not impact our project. It is at that much elevation. So yeah, this is, we have to provide the narrative to USGBC, to GBCI, that okay, we didn't entertain this particular hazard because of this circumstance, and we did this for that particular hazard that our project is prone to, that our project is open to. And this was the assessment, and this is what we have modified in our plan, modified in our construction. And this is to show the compliance with this prerequisite. So I believe you have got the idea of what the climate resilience assessment is, why is it important, and how will we do it. And sooner from the USGBC, they will release the guide for the building design plus construction for the LEED version 5, and the other guidelines, other support will be there, and the things will be more clear once the projects start registering for the LEED version 5. And I urge to all the owners, all the stakeholders, to must go for LEED version 5, because intrinsically I feel that my hopes are very high for the LEED version 5, because it has the potential to really change the built environment. To this can pave the way to a sustainable built environment.